Hello there and welcome to the old horseshoe in the banks of the Olentangy. Home to the Ohio State Buckeyes, one of the great settings in sport. And man, this place is rocking today. This is not a normal matchup. Two teams ranked in the top 10, colliding right here in the middle of the season, trying to make a strong statement. Big playoff implications. As we'll see the number 2 team in the country, the Michigan State Spartans, taking on the winners of 4 straight, the Ohio State Buckeyes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, joined here in the booth by Kirk Herbstreit. Kirk, let's get to the action on the field. The Spartans will kick this away to start us off. He thought about returning it, but instead takes a knee. It'll be a touchback, and they'll start at the 25. So the Ohio State Buckeyes offense will be the first up today. And here comes the tight end who's having such a great season. Kirk, you talk to opponents, and they always use the same phrase, matchup nightmare, this guy.
Well, what stands out to me with this guy is it's not very often, you're right, the defensive coordinators are most concerned about a tight end. But in this case, that is exactly what we're dealing with. This guy can hurt you in so many different ways.
Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. That was that excellent linebacker with a clear path just running downhill quickly.
You know, I think one of the great things about watching this guy play all year is his vision. He just has great instincts. That time the defensive line ate up all the linemen, freed up the linebacker to get into the backfield, and the result is a tackle for a loss for the backer.
Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a first down. On third down, he drops to throw. Defense is coming after him. And a sophomore making an impact play.
It just looked like the quarterback was holding on to the ball a bit too long that time, allowed the defense to be able to get the pressure, and they come up with the first sack of the game.
And they'll kick it away here. With the return, it's Brown. And the returner brought down by that coverage team. So Michigan State's offense takes the field. The first chance we had to see them today. All right, Kirk, let's take a quick look at the impact players for today's game and how they're going to affect the outcome.
These are your leaders on the field and in the locker room. These are your go-to guys, not only when you need a play to be made, but also when you need somebody to rally your team.
It's early, but this crowd is fired up. Listen to this noise here. This is going to be tough for the visitors today. Finds that big tight end for a short pass. They bring him down, but the gain moves the ball into enemy territory at the 43. That completion good for a first down. The offense working with a new set of downs here. They'll try to pick up the yardage on the ground. They've got him after a 7-yard gain, so 2nd and 3.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on first down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
They stop him at the 22. This offense in great scoring position now.
Well, it's a nice job of picking up the first down by this Michigan State running back. Chris, you think back over the years, think of how many good backs we've seen wear these colors for Michigan State. Going back to Lorenzo White, guys like T.J. Duckett, Le'Veon Bell, Javon Ringer, always a good back in East Lansing.
He's tackled at the 12-yard line.
And the crowd coming to life here, trying to help this defense down in the red zone. And then first down, right back to the running game. The junior able to bring him down quickly. Coming to the line on 2nd down. This is important. They want to avoid a 3rd and long. A pop pass on the jet sweep. Touchdown, Spartans. And they grab the early lead.
Oh, just outstanding execution here by this offense. The offensive line gives the quarterback time, and the quarterback's anticipation was on point. Puts that ball right in the money. The receiver, all he had to do was turn and catch the ball for that touchdown.
And they tack on the extra point. The kickoff team is on the field. Let's see if they give the returner a chance to bring this one back. And he'll lead the kickoff right there. He'll start from the 25. And the Ohio State offense comes back onto the field. They were held to a quick 3-and-out last time, looking to put together a positive drive here. And the first play of the drive now from the 25. From the shotgun, here's an inside give. That run takes it across the 30-yard line.
I think this defense keeps thinking about them throwing the football, and by doing that, they're opening up running lanes. Good positive yards there by the running back.
They'll feed the back again. Breaks loose at the 45. And he breaks clear down the right side. It's a foot race. Takes it all the way to the house. Touchdown, Buckeyes.
Chris, all week I wondered if this back might get loose and come up with a big play like this. The defense had their back turned, couldn't really see where he was. By the time they realized it, he just had too much speed, and he's able to take it to the end zone.
Extra point knocked right down the middle. Here's the kickoff team now, set to boot this one away. And it's fielded. Returner trying to make something happen. They'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there. And the Michigan State offense is back out on the field. They punched it into the end zone the last time. Let's see if this defense has made some adjustments to stop them this time. The ball is caught. They've got him, but that completion good enough for first down yardage.
Good job up front here by this offensive line to give this quarterback enough time to be able to make the right read and throw. And over the years, Chris, Michigan State, that signal caller always seems to be efficient and smart and accurate. We're seeing that again today.
They pick up 4, so second down and 6 coming up.
Nice job here of controlling the line of scrimmage by this offensive line. The back does what he needs to do to get positive yards on first down.
Second down after that run on the previous play. They'll run it here. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup.
Chris, you know, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but I've been always impressed with the defenses that really build their defense to play in space, still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
Receiver makes the catch. They bring him down at the 44. That's a solid gain, getting closer to midfield now. And the Spartans pick up enough for a first down here. Here's the snap, looking to throw here. Caught quickly. They bring him down, but the gain moves the ball into enemy territory at the 43.
Boy, nice drag route here, and I thought the patience by the quarterback was the key. Puts it in front of his receiver, gives him a chance to make the catch, and picks up a little bonus. Nice yards after the catch.
And he's brought down after a big first down gain. It's second and short. Maybe an opportunity, Kirk, to take a shot here. Second down after that run on the previous play. Keep it on the ground. There's the handoff. He'll be taken down, but a penalty flag on the field.
Hold it.
Offense moving backwards after that holding penalty. Here comes the bunch formation. They'll change the pre-snap look now. Quarterback looking to pass here on second down. And it's incomplete. He just missed his target, overthrowing it.
Man, Chris, I don't know if that was a bad read by the quarterback or a bad route by the receiver. They got to get this cleaned up before the next time they go through the air.
And he'll drop back here on third down. Junior steps up and makes an impact play.
I like how this defense is bringing pressure from all over the field, and that's the key in putting together good defensive strategy. On this play, it came from the outside linebacker, and he gets to the quarterback.
And at fourth down, they'll punt it away here. And we'll see what he can do on the return. And the coverage team makes the stop on this return. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense back on the field. They scored a touchdown in their last possession. Let's see if this defense can make adjustments and prevent that this time. Picks up 3 yards, so 2nd and 7.
Nice solid run here by this back. Did a nice job of just kind of finding that lane, pick up some positive yards there on 1st and 10.
Quarterback looking to throw it on 2nd down. Caught on the outside. It's Williams. And he's shoved out of bounds by the defense short of the 1st down marker. Important 3rd down play coming up after that completion. And they pick up the 1st on the ground. They make the stop just short of the marker. It's going to be 4th down and inches. Buckeyes will send the punt team onto the field. Looking to kick it away for the 2nd time. Bringing it back, it's Brown. Coverage team gets him down, and that'll do it for the 1st period. That has been in large part to the reliance on the ground game, which has been featured from both sides in this one so far. After a promising start, we hope that both these teams will just continue with more of this action. Back at it to start the quarter. Offense getting set to run a 1st down play. Offense will keep it on the ground here. It's good for a 3-yard gain, so 2nd and 7.
You know, in the RPO game, the quarterback's got to make really sound decisions on that read. Either give it when it's the right time or you pull it out and make the throw. Here, I think he's kind of in that gray area, decides to hand it off and at least picked up some positive yards.
The tight end goes in motion before the snap. He'll hand it off. Defense able to stop the ball carrier there.
Well, that's an excellent effort here by this defense, staying in their run fits. They're holding their own at the line and making the tackle. The offense just couldn't get enough of a push to get anything going there.
Drops back, looking to throw for it on 3rd down. That ball snagged for a completion. Brought down, but not before he picks up the 1st down. Nice game.
Well, it's 3rd down. The defense knows he's going to get the ball. You still can't stop the quarterback finding this receiver to be able to pick up another 1st down for this offense.
Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. He's taken down, but that's a nice gain. They'll spot the ball now at the 35.
Nothing better than an offense on 1st down to be able to pick up big positive yards like that. You can either keep giving it to the back, or it can set up play action and get the defense to come up to the line of scrimmage, and you can throw it over top of it.
Looks toward the sideline, finds the running back. Tackle made after the completion.
And they get some positive yards here, but just from sitting up here looking down, Chris, you kind of have a sense that they wanted a little bit more on that play.
Fakes the handoff here, looking to throw it. He's moving out of the pocket. Heavy pressure, he lets it go. Or throwaway there, gave up on the play, but now it's going to bring up 3rd down.
Well, the pass rush does a good job of chasing him out of the pocket. He's trying to buy some time looking downfield, but he better be careful being too patient. He gets hit as he throws his football, and it falls incomplete.
Dropping back, looking to throw for the 1st down. Goes to his right side there for the completion. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
Chris, sometimes the quarterback's just trying to find the open guy and get him the ball. It's exactly what he's able to do here. Found a way to pick up the 1st down.
Snapping it from the red zone now, looking to throw. And that pass ball is incomplete. Getting set. Here's 2nd down. And they'll run it out of the shotgun.
Man, you know, the back gets a lot of the attention here. He's a good back. I love to see that offensive line win the battle of the line of scrimmage.
So here we go, third down. Defense needs a stop here. Try to force a field goal attempt. And third and short, they try to pick it up on the ground. Tackle is made at the 4. It'll be first down and goal.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go to the house for a touchdown. But the runs that really make a game plan work are the ones where you get just what you need. And he barely got the first down, but he got it.
They'll try to run it in on first and goal. Couldn't quite get there. Brought down at the 2.
A pretty good push up front here by this offensive line to get some positive yards here. You wonder if they're going to be able to run it in, or they're going to have to spread this defense out and try to find a one-on-one matchup to put the ball through the air for the touchdown.
He goes nowhere. Back-to-back stops by this defense.
Well, the back just had nowhere to go. How about the defensive line? They eat up all the blocks up front, freeing those linebackers up to be able to make the play. Just a bad play all around for this offense.
On third and goal, he's going to try to throw for it. And that one is over everyone's head, beyond the end zone and incomplete.
Hey, the good news is here, Chris, they're still in field goal range, and they didn't cost themselves any points. But they could have more. You've got to be thinking about going for this on fourth and short.
So on fourth down, they will settle for a field goal attempt. And it's good right down the middle.
And that one, my gosh, I mean, it's almost too easy. Nice kick.
So after coming away with 3 in that drive, the kickoff team is out. And here's the return from inside the 5. He'll be tackled at the 27. That's where the drive will start. Here comes the powerful Buckeye offense back onto the field. They're coming off a quick 3 and out, so looking to put something together on this drive with a little more urgency. Grab down the middle. It's Higgins. And he's tackled after the catch. Second down after that run on the previous play. An inside give now from the shotgun. That's a nice tackle there by the senior.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound. It's really solid defense on that play.
Wideouts now clustered. Try to pick up the third and short through the air. Caught over the middle. It's Higgins. And the gain just good enough for a first down. They'll get to the line here in the no huddle. And looking to throw now on first down. Fires it to the wideout. And it's intercepted. Beautiful timing there. Big takeaway. Now looking for a big return. And he steps out of bounds. A solid return and a great play to set up his offense here.
Well, the quarterback ends up being a tad aggressive, and he ends up paying for it with a pick. I get that that might be part of his playing style, but there's a difference between being aggressive and being careless.
And the Michigan State offense is back out on the field. A quick throw out left, complete. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks, more than enough for a first down.
Runs out of bounds at the 18-yard line. First down for the offense.
And the Spartans are in the red zone. He hands it off from the gun. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there. Well, they don't block the defensive end and shows some quickness, Kurt, getting around the edge that time.
Yeah, this guy's usually getting around the edge to put pressure on the quarterback, but he reminds everybody here that this guy's a complete package. Not only can he pressure the quarterback, but also he is very, very talented and shows you the physicality he has against the run as well.
And he's run out after a big gain. The offense will be set up with a first down and goal. The Spartans will line up here on first down and goal. The offense with some pre-snap eye candy. Here's the handoff on first and goal. They finally corral him at the 1.
The real estate gets tight inside the 10-yard line. You love a play caller who has the ability to either run it or throw it. That puts so much pressure on that defensive coordinator to know how to line up. It's not just a one-dimensional attack he's dealing with.
On the ground, trying to muscle it across the line. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Sparty.
This defense just getting manhandled at the line of scrimmage. They just loaded up in that goal line formation and pushed their way into the end zone.
The extra point makes it a 10-point game. So the offense gets momentum scoring before halftime. Now the kickoff. We'll see if the defense can get a stop and preserve that momentum. He'll return it from inside the 5. And he's tackled at the 21. That's where the drive will start. Here comes the Buckeye offense onto the field. We'll see if this quarterback can shake off the interception he threw in the last possession. First play of the drive, they'll come out throwing. Makes a quick grab.
The quarterback looks downfield to make this throw. He wants to be able to get the ball to be able to pick up enough yards for a first down. But instead, he gets the ball at least underneath to the drag route and gets some positive yards.
Snags the quick throw. The defense able to bring him down to wrap up the third quarter of play. Minutes going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it now to Kevin Connors with our halftime update. The Buckeyes will kick it deep to begin the second half. Return starts from inside the 5. And he stopped at the 20. Tried to make something happen, but that's good coverage there. And the Michigan State offense is back out on the field. Here's the first play of the drive now from the 20-yard line. And they get the second half started with a running play. Defense makes the stop after a 5-yard gain, so 2nd and 5.
I'll take that every single time. Offensive line does a nice job up front. This back's vision and ability to get positive yards by lowering his pads on full display right there.
And the running back takes the handoff. Minimal gain brought down short of the marker.
You know, in an era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense has countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still...
And is intercepted! Tackle made on the return, but the takeaway sets up the offense at the 37 now.
Boy, this defense did exactly what they needed to do. Come up with a turnover here in the second half to get themselves back in the game. They get the interception. Now, can their offense come up with a way to cut into this lead?
Offense getting set. It's second down. Off play action. He's looking to throw. The pass is intercepted. Finally out of bounds after a solid gain, but there is a flag on the field. So let's check this out. The offense will obviously decline that penalty and take the result of the play. Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down. And here's the handoff. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
Chris, I think we all kind of get caught up in third down. What's an offense doing on third down? But I think what's also important is how well you defend first down. If you can hold your opponents to a short gain or a tackle for a loss, you throw the offense out of whack, and their game plan gets much more challenging to try to come up with that first down.
Try and muscle for the first down. Tackled, but only after picking up a fresh set of downs.
How impressive these guys been up front today. Big third down, know what you need to do, get the first down, continue to hold on to that lead, continue to work clock, and get that much closer to securing a victory.
There's the handoff. The senior able to make the stop after a short gain. Looks like a player is down injured at that last play. We'll take a timeout while they check it out. Second down play coming up. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun. Quick throw over the middle. That's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact. No flag. Brings up third down. They come to the line. A long way to go for the first down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. Quarterback changing the play now at the line. Drops back, needing a third down completion here. Catch made by the tight end. Tackle made at the 41. That's first down yardage.
Well, this quarterback is unflappable. Here they are working with the lead in the second half. Get to a third down. You got to throw the football. This is where you trust the quarterback to make a good decision, an accurate throw. He does it. You convert, and you keep working that clock.
Now it's second down here. Ball handed off. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. Well, they run it right into a blitz, and that linebacker was coming downhill, Kirk.
Man, what a time to call that blitz here by the defensive coordinator. And you're right, he shoots right through that A-gap. Really, the back had nowhere to go. By the time he got the ball in his hands, the linebacker's right in his face.
They're backed up here, trying to make something happen on third and long. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Quarterback looks to his right and finds his man. He's not going to get the first down. It's fourth down.
You know, it's third down. As a quarterback, you're sitting there back in the pocket trying to find a matchup that you like. Pretty much everything taken away. I like his thought to get it to the running back because he's a talented, gifted player, but he just could not wiggle free to pick up the first down.
Takes the football inside the 30, and that's a first down.
Boy, that conversion right there was an absolute dart by the quarterback hitting his receiver, and the ball comes out that fast to put so much pressure on the defense to locate the football, let alone trying to get their hands on it.
Defense cannot get off the field. The long drive continues. Looking to pass here on second down. And he's going to stretch the defense, taking a deep shot here. Tried to go very deep there. Good effort. Now it's third down.
Well, they don't make the completion here. The timing seemed to be off between the quarterback and the receiver. But, man, this defensive coordinator, he may want to consider getting more pressure on this quarterback by changing some things up. He's got a lot of time back there to throw the ball. And eventually, it's going to cost you.
Defense stops him short of the markers. And now it's fourth down. And the Spartans will look to convert here on fourth down. So the offense calls a timeout here. That's their first of the half.
Timeout, Michigan State.
Got pass from the field goal attempt. The offense on the field going for it on fourth down. From the shotgun, drops back looking for an open man. It's complete. That's enough for a first down. Forced out of bounds, but a nice gain there, and the offense will have a first and goal. And the Spartans come to the line with first and goal.
First and goal, Michigan State.
First and goal, they'll try to run it in. Couldn't quite get in, but they're knocking on the door at the 1. Goal line formation for the defense. Try to muscle toward the end zone on the ground. They test the middle of the defense, but get nothing.
Well, they came very close to punching that one in, and now third down and goal. And if I'm the OC, I challenge my offensive line in that back. I just slam it right back into that A-gap and try to overpower that defensive front.
The defense is hanging tough here. Now it's third and goal from the 1. Keep it on the ground, trying to power in for the touchdown. He powers into the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan State.
Man, that's another touchdown for this guy. This defense better adjust and get eyes into that backfield, or he may go for a third or a fourth later today.
Lining up to try the extra point. Extra point makes it a 17-point game.
That makes the score Michigan State 24, Ohio State 7.
Now they get set to kick it away.
Set to kick off.
Well, he thought about coming out, but instead takes a knee and to bring the football to the 25-yard line. Here comes the powerful Ohio State offense onto the field. This drive is important. Last one ended in an interception. Let's see if they can get it going here. In the first play of the drive now from the 25. Offense moving receivers around now before the snap. Off the play fake, looking to throw. Looking for his back. That's caught. It's Williams. And the play is good enough for a first down. They'll move the ball to the 44.
Boy, another great throw and catch here by the Buckeyes, and it just makes you think back how far this offense has come from the days of being known of 3 yards in a cloud of dust to now being one of the more efficient passing offenses in the country. Year after year, you go back to Cardale Jones and J.T. Barrett, all the way back to Troy Smith, and most recently with C.J. Stroud and Justin Field. Just another great quarterback that we're watching here today for the Buckeyes.
The pass to the receiver on first down was complete. Picks up 6. Brings up second down.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Grab behind the line. It's Williams. And they get him down after the completion.
Third down coming up.
Offense sets the formation. It's third down. And as we take a break to flip ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the current national rankings.
Michigan State 24, Ohio State 7.
A big play here after the break. Offense trying to convert here on third down. Looking to pick up the first down through the air. Grab down the middle. It's Williams. They bring him down, but not before he gains first down yardage. The Buckeyes look to keep this drive moving. On first and 10, looking to throw. Nice grab. It's Higgins. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down. Buckeyes will have first and 10 here. It's the wide receiver coming in motion now. Ball handed off. It's a nice wrap up there by the junior.
Well, the defensive coordinator this week all week telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
Escapes the sack. And the defense wraps him up. Crucial. Third down coming up in the red zone. Can they keep the drive going, or will they have to settle for 3? On third and short, they'll try to throw for it here. This one's going to fall incomplete. Brings up fourth down.
Boy, this quarterback is really rolling the dice out here today. Remember, he threw an interception the last time they had the ball. I thought he might learn from that, but instead he comes out throwing it into coverage again. Somehow catches a break on this tip ball. If this one was an interception, he better tighten up his.
The play is absolutely blown up in no time.
Chris, I don't know if that's a misassignment by the offensive lineman or just really good instincts there by the defender, but that play is blown up right at the snap.
Here comes a handoff. He's tackled just short of the 20-yard line.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do. You got to rely on that offensive line in the running game here to be able to secure a victory. Good call, and just keep working that clock.
Now from the pistol formation. Handoff to the single back. They tackle him behind the line, a loss of 4.
Boy, these obvious running situations are very tough when you're working with the lead late in the game because you know the defense is going to stack the line of scrimmage, make it as difficult as possible for you to run the football. So nice job there by the defense. They're trying to punch that ball out, do anything they can at all to get the ball back.
Cannot connect, incomplete, and now 4th down. The Spartans will line up to kick it away. And he'll kick it away now for the 2nd time. Oh, and he's got some space here. And the coverage team gets the returner to the ground. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense back on the field. Defense got a big 4th down stop in the last possession. Let's see what happens here. Pass rush closing in. Able to get the pass away, but took a hit that time. What's the play call here on 2nd down for this offense? After the incompletion on 1st down, looking to throw it again. Looking to set up a screen pass here. Finding space at the 20. They make the stop, but not before he gains the 1st down. The screen play works. Here comes a throw from the red zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Ohio State.
Well, that's a thing of beauty right there. Good job all around. Offensive line gave the quarterback enough time. Quarterback puts it right on the money. And with this receiver running a route like this, makes it pretty simple. All you have to do is get his head turned around, catch that football. He's already in the end zone for the touchdown.
I believe they're lining up to attempt an onside kick. No turnover. Offense recovers the fumble. And the Michigan State offense is back out on the field. They're coming off a 3-and-out, looking to produce a positive drive here. And they'll just try to run some clock here, keeping it on the ground. And he's able to find some running room. Nice pickup.
Chris, good job here on that stop, but remember the ball is inbounds and the clock keeps moving here late in the game when you're trailing. It's a defense. Got to start thinking about utilizing those timeouts. You got all 3 to use. At what point are you going to start putting those into play?
And there's the handoff. And the Spartans looking to keep this drive rolling.
Sometimes I almost get mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, the eyes that carry their feet to the open space, making people miss. I just love watching those guys do work.
How aggressive do you get on 1st and 10? Trying to flex the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible. Offense getting set up. Here's 2nd down. Back in motion now. Again, thrown out of the RPO, and it's complete. And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense.
I can see what the quarterback's trying to do here, Chris, and he gets the completion, but just no gain. There's just no room to go after the catch.
So the offense getting set. This is not where you want to be against this defense. 3rd and long. Here's the snap. Quarterback drops back. Finds a man open on the right side downfield. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible.
Boy, this offensive line, you got to tip your cap. They've done everything you would ask of them in taking care of this quarterback. They do it again here on 3rd down, working with that lead. You know the pressure's coming, and they deliver.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Chris, that play just didn't have much of a chance at all from the snap. Quarterback hands this off and just nowhere to go. It's almost like the defense was anticipating the play call, and they put themselves in a position to come up with a nice tackle for a loss.
Looks like a man is down in the field after the last play, so we'll take a timeout. So here we go, third down in the red zone, the kind of play that decides football games. Running play called on third and short. Touchdown, Spartans. This offense really clicking.
Well, that's why you practice right there, Chris. This offense had the pressure, the game on their back. They deliver, they get a touchdown, and now make this a two-possession game with under 2 to go. Like their odds of closing this game out.
The kickoff team on the field now as they get set to send this one away. Fields it just outside the goal line. Not much on the return. They'll stop him at the 24. Good coverage. And the Ohio State offense comes back onto the field. Well, this has been a disappointment. They've had their doors blown off here, just playing for pride at this point. Quarterback finds a target on the right. It's complete. They bring him down, but the drive has now reached the 35. They'll hurry to the line here with the clock running. And now they'll just clock it.
Pass falls incomplete. It leads to second down.
Second down after that previous play. From the shotgun, drops back, looking for his big tight end. The QB throws his third pick of the day.
Boy, would this quarterback love to have this one back. They're trying to work themselves back into this game here in the second half, and the defense comes up with a big turnover that could be the nail in the coffin.
Well, this head coach told us we've prepared well. We're ready. I'd be shocked if we didn't go out and play well. And he had a good read on his team. That's a big win.
This team was incredibly well prepared, and schematically, I liked a lot of the things they did to counter how the defense was attacking them. Sometimes games can be won and lost thanks to